Do it now.
Do it good. Do it.
You know what they played in class for our cool down? Knee deep in your passenger seat and you're eating me out. Is it casual now?
That's a little racy.
I know.
For F45.
But they bleeped out the eating me out.
Oh,
I was
true.
like, not Chaperone cooling us down.
Right, they played a good song yesterday or the day before for the cool down.
What was it?
Who it was? Oh my gosh, it was Alicia Keys.
Oh,
But I don't know what song.
was it Falling?
No. It was one I didn't know, but it sounded good.
It was popular. I recognized it.
It was a good one. I feel like I need to get more in frame. We need to get closer to Maggie. Oh my gosh. Hey. Put this in the middle. How are you doing today, Maggie?
You know, I'm fine. So, y'all, I got a Whoop this week.
Ooh.
Did I tell you about my Whoop yet?
The Whoop?
The Whoop.
The thing you're holding?
WHOOP. My watch.
Oh,
it's not
watch.
a watch.
Oh.
It's like an activity sensor.
Okay. That makes sense. There's no screen.
Yes. And so it's like about performance. It gives you your sleep, your strain, and your stress.
Okay.
And it's been helping me sleep.
I love that.
Like if I go to sleep tonight, tomorrow it'll tell me how much I should sleep.
Okay.
Actually, before I go to bed tonight, it'll tell me what time do you need to wake up. Okay, go to bed by this time.
Ooh.
And so I'm like feeling like rejuvenated.
I love that.
I've been sleeping on top of it though, because I think I was really sleep deprived. But it's helping me, so I feel better this week.
That's good. I love that for you.
Yeah. How are you doing?
Was it expensive?
I'm actually on a free trial. Someone at F45 sent me a link for a free trial. It's a month.
Okay.
And then if I don't like it, I just send it back.
Oh, I love that.
But I plan to. The only thing about Whoop is it's a monthly subscription instead of just buying a device once.
Is it expensive monthly or is it?
It's $30 a month.
Oh, that's not terrible.
And then like $240 or two something for the year.
Okay.
If you pay for the year, you get like. But since I'm doing the free trial, I think my number is a little different. But if you pay for the year, you get 2 months off.
Okay. Well, that's
I like
good.
it. I like it. And I want to know the stress data. And then you can answer questions.
Oh.
So it'll say, did you have caffeine today? Did you read before bed? Did you, whatever. There's a number of things you can select and it'll show you your trends over time. So like, okay, so caffeine is typically not helping you sleep or reading before bed is helping you sleep. Stuff you probably would know, but I like really want to know.
You're like, I want to get into
I like numbers.
mix with it.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love this journey for you.
Thank
I
you.
hope you whoop it up.
Me too.
To quote the OG from the OC, Vicky Gumbelson, whoop it up.
Who's what? OG from the OC.
Real Housewives of Orange County. She was like the first that was the first Housewife season, and she was one of the first Housewives. And she lasted a long time. Vicky Gumbelson. She's kind of problematic, but she's funny.
Gumbelson?
Gunvalson. She was on. Okay, you saw the Ultimate Girls Trip season 2 at Dorinda's. Mm-hmm. She was on that. She was the one that her boyfriend had broke up with her right before, and she was like
she's
depressed.
Like old.
Yeah.
she's old and blonde.
Yeah, she was the one who was like, if I died today, just know I died sad.
Is she the one who like her girlfriends were like, you slept with this guy? And she's like, and what about it?
Probably not.
Oh, no? Then I don't remember her. She has glasses?
No. She like... I'll show you a picture. I'll pull her up real quick. But who had glasses?
You said Nikki or Vicky?
Vicky.
Maybe she looks like she would wear glasses.
I wouldn't be surprised if she has a pair. She does do insurance. So I feel like she's got to have a pair of glasses.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That was kind of an old picture though.
Oh, maybe she was the one accusing. I vaguely remember seeing a clip and she was like, they were like, you slept with blah blah blah, and she's like, yeah, and they're like, ew, and she's like, what about it? I can do what I want.
I think she brought up that she didn't think COVID was that serious or something like that. Something about COVID. She was one of those. And Dorinda was like, are you being stupid? Like, she just
funny.
went off. So
you know what's funny? Today on my TikTok feed, a bunch of old school Atlanta clips came up. The ring didn't mean a thing. It was like, no. I was like, Candy girl, why the hell would you make a song for this lady? Why? I'm like seeing Candy's face as Kim is like practicing, and I'm like, this was a waste of time.
The way we used to always sing that in college, I would go to Maggie's and we would just be like, the ring.
It was Candy's red wig era. Oh my
yes.
gosh! But so I was watching that. I'm seeing the what am I trying to say? Evolution of Nene becoming who she is now. And just like all of the arguments they used to have, even seeing old school Phaedra, I was like, oh, this is nostalgic. But then I saw all these clips of Kim and what's his name? Barry? Croy.
Their last name was Bierman.
I didn't know that either. But thank you. Thank you for trying to help me. Thank you for trying to help me. It was a bunch of dash cam footage of Kim.
They've been calling the cops on each other.
When I saw a clip of him, he was out of it. He was like, everything is awful. My life is ruined. I was like, in front of the police? Have some decorum.
I haven't brought myself to actually watch the footage. I just always see like the articles where they're like, oh, they called the cops and they're complaining because of this, and I'm like, this seems like a nightmare.
No, it literally looks awful. There's two. Look, come on, like I really don't know, but I do know his pockets were deep, and they may not be so deep anymore. Were
they deep, or did they just have a hole?
Okay. This is when we snap. Okay, poetic. I don't know what you're talking about, but it sounds legit. No, yeah, I only watched 2, and I was like, this is too much. Let me go back to Kim singing.
Let me go back to Karen Huger's podcast.
Oh my gosh, y'all, Karen's going to jail.
She's in jail.
She's in jail already?
They took her like after she got sentenced.
Oh, that's typically what happens. I'm so silly. I'm so silly. I'm like, she's there. Of course she is.
No, it's crazy though, because someone did tweet. They were just like, it's crazy to think that right now Karen Huger is sitting in jail.
It's not funny, but it's actually okay. I was talking to a coworker, and they're like, they were not surprised. She should have been, because this was like her 4th DUI. And they were like, did you see how out of it she was talking to the cops? And I'm like, yeah,
it just wasn't like and they questioned this in the Potomac reunion, which was after that was the footage was released, but before her sentencing they filmed. They were like, there's no way she didn't see it, but she has to be delusional to like not take the plea deal, because she was offered a plea deal where it was like 6 months house arrest, or like 60 days in jail and like some like probation, maybe. Like it was something like, it wasn't a year in jail. It was better than that, but for some reason she thought she could get away with it.
Well, I guess her lawyers did too.
I guess. Whew. I'm like, that lawyer needs no, but for real, unless it's like either fire them for two reasons, one of two at least. One, they saw the footage and still thought you could win, or 2, they let you, Karen, steamroll them into trying to fight this because you thought you could win. Like either way,
if you take a plea, they don't really get paid as much. If they go to trial, they'll get more money.
And like, I feel like if they took a plea, that maybe that footage wouldn't have been released, or maybe it would have. I don't know.
Oh, that's so valid.
But it's just like,
No, they were like, did you see how she looked? And I was like thinking back, and I was like, oh yeah, homegirl was out of it. Homegirl was at a reunion talking to Andy Cohen, talking about how she it's like she was in an interview or something, the way she was talking to them.
When she stumbled out of the car, she's like, I'm lit. I'm like, oh, this is bleak.
Karen. Nah, she has a problem.
Yeah, she does. And then at the reunion, Giselle was like, I worry for Karen. Like, she's not going to have her wig in jail. She's not.
What a bitch. Well, I wonder what she looks like.
We basically saw in the footage, the wig was
lifted. Hold on.
Wait a minute. One of the funniest Housewives clips ever. If y'all know, you know, season 3.
I love
Potomac.
how she had fun with it though. Like she wasn't like, because you know Nene would have been like, y'all laughed at me and none of you are my real friends. She would have said something stupid like that, but Karen was just like, y'all can laugh, it's okay, it's just funny.
She took it well, which was good.
She took it on the chin. Man, I can't believe she's in jail. That's crazy.
I know, but you know,
she's in jail.
She's in jail. Hopefully she learns her lesson.
Yeah, she's got to. What's his name? What's her husband's name?
Ray.
Ray's getting too old for this girl. When he was like trying to find her license, I was like, Ray,
no. And then he's just like, what you're saying is you had 2 beers and like something, and like you didn't mean to drive, or like you thought you were okay, and then something happened. And I'm like, oh, he's being a ride or die.
He is.
You know, it is what it is.
He said, that's my wife. I'm gonna stick beside her. The crazy thing is though, like, where were you? Where did you? Like, was she just... I feel like I low-key feel like she was home drinking, took her medicine, and then was like, I want to drive. Like, that's... I
want to take a ride.
Like, that's what it... Like, I know you weren't coming... Maybe you were coming from somewhere, but didn't look like it.
I think she said she was coming from dinner or, like, something with friends, and apparently she wasn't far from home. Like, apparently she was only like 5 minutes from home.
He must have been swerving like a mug. That's crazy.
She ran into, what, a tree or a fence?
It's a good thing she didn't hit a person. That would be a lot worse.
It's just rich because the whole season she was like, I will be vindicated and I will see who's by my side or against me. And it's like... Okay,
so what now?
That part.
What now? Because you're doing time, sis.
You're in the clink.
It's so crazy when rich people go to jail. It's always like, wow.
It's a clink or clank?
I don't know. Say it again. What's the phrase?
Clink, like referring to jail. Like you're in the clink or the clank? Clink, clink. Well, regardless. Clink, clanky, clank. Clanky, clank. The bar soap. Better help your husband. Another Karen Huger quote.
Oh yeah, because she was gonna go to jail for what?
Michael Darby. She was saying it to Ashley because Michael was being like sued or something.
But remember when Giselle made the shirt?
Ray got like tax something.
Oh, okay.
Apparently Karen was not in it, but he ended up, I think he paid it off or like got a payment plan. Like I think it worked itself out, thankfully.
Okay. But that was to Michael Darby. Look, in a couple years we're gonna see Michael Darby on some shit, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Unless he's just paying people off.
That's a good maybe.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised. He's a predator. Okay. Summer House.
Oh
wait, I didn't know. How are you?
Oh my gosh, Maggie, thank you so much for thinking
I did ask you twice and you didn't answer, but I thought I would try again.
I did clock the first time, and I think we were just in the middle of the Potomac. I'm good. I think I'm finally feeling better because I kind of like, I felt like I got off course last week because of clothes, and I got off course with like working out and like eating and all that. And then this week we had like our boss's boss in town, so that was kind of just like stressful having that presence there, even though he's like chill. But then like I didn't even work out as much in the beginning of the week because we had a happy hour, and then I had to go in. I just wasn't feeling well, and then when we worked out Wednesday, I did not eat or drink enough water. I felt deceased by the end of the class. I had no energy. I felt empty, and I just felt delirious when I got home. So I like showered, and then like I got together with a friend, and I got pasta from Bella Brava, black truffle pasta, amazing, has mushrooms, the best. I ate all of it. I don't even like pasta like that, but I was so hungry.
Yeah, you usually are a half plate kind of guy.
I usually leave something. Yeah. I left nothing.
He was hungry.
I was hungry, but then I started to feel better yesterday. I worked out again. Yeah. And I feel good today. I feel back in it. But I will say I'm really on my anti-corporate America shit. I'm so over jobs and micromanaging. I think all of us should be stripped of the mundane corporate life, and things shouldn't be as expensive, and capitalism is the worst, as is the patriarchy and everything else that adds to this society in which we stand.
Go off.
And I feel as though
preach.
I want to be my own boss. We should be our own bosses, and we should be able to live comfortably and not, we should work to live, not live to work.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
That last part?
Yeah.
Work to live, not live to work. Okay, yeah. Huzzah.
Yeah, that's the order. No, I'm
like,
that,
low-key,
Brandon.
also, maybe we all shouldn't have to work.
So far, it's only gotten worse. Tariffs, other nonsense.
That part.
Illegal boycotts. Get the fuck out of here. What a fucking idiot.
What did he say?
So people are boycotting Tesla because Elon Musk is a piece of trash, right?
He's the worst.
and so Trump's like, he wrote it. There is an illegal boycott of Tesla, and I just want to support. Basically, he wants people to support.
Boycotting's not illegal.
Exactly, you dumbass. The fuck?
Huh?
Illegal boycott is crazy. So this whole economy thing, yeah, we all were. Well, not we. Some people said it would get better.
Has it?
I am just buckling in. Saving my coins.
I heard something on TikTok and
illegal boycott is crazy.
That's wild. I think it seemed legit. They said it was Trump being like, yeah, I'm thinking of getting rid of the daylight savings because think about it. Like if your grandmother, let's say she has 3 hours to live with daylight savings, she loses an hour.
Oh my
and you lose 1 hour. And I'm like,
no, he's actually an idiot. Like,
y'all voted for him.
Not
y'all.
me.
Not me. No, I mean,
I wanted Kamala. No,
Same.
It's so funny because so we have the Gulf of USA now, not the Gulf of Mexico. There's like been a lot of like small changes, and then there was something else that people were talking about, and they're like, and you were pressed because Michelle Obama was growing vegetables in the garden. Like, I know that the Obamas were not perfect, but let's be for real.
I mean,
this
they
is crazy.
were like, come back.
Oh, did you hear about the gay?
No.
Oh my gosh. This is so funny. I really want to give her credit, but there's, those nighttime like news people who will like almost like a Don Lemon, but it's not Don Lemon, it's a female.
Okay.
I can't remember her name. She has like short hair. I'm seeing her in my head right now.
Oh, I know. We watch hers during the election?
Yes, she was commentating.
I know who you're talking about. I just do not know her name.
Okay. So long story short, the Department of Defense is taking DEI language out of all of their documents, right? And there's a plane called the Enola Gay, and this is the plane that was named after Enola Gay Tibbets, the mother of the pilot of the plane, and this was the plane that dropped the atomic bomb on Hiroshima to end World War II. And because it's called the Enola Gay, they're taking away the picture. They're taking away like all of the documents that have it in it. Like, so no longer will we recognize the Enola Gay because it has the word gay in it.
That's why?
Yes.
Oh my God. We're really like, y'all, the way things are regressing.
That's someone's name. It's a person's name. There's no situational circumstances, none of it, because it's related to DEI. We can no longer talk about the plane, the Enola Gay.
Our society, please, I can't. The regression in 2025 is crazy.
It's scary, man.
It is. I had to unfollow my coworker on TikTok because she was reposting wild shit that I was just like, she reposted somebody saying, oh, y'all are mad about the Gulf of Mexico. Well, you changed sports, the name of sports. You changed the name of our maple syrup. Like all this shit. And I'm like, you are an ignorant C word. And I'm not, like, I can't. Like, I'm holding back. I could say a lot worse. Yeah. But trying to be podcast ad friendly. And if any podcast platforms would like to sponsor us, or like any podcast company would like to take us in, Herd at Media, Dear Media, Podcast One, iHeartRadio. If you want us, we want you.
You're so
Head
funny.
gum.
No, No, I think I respect the fact that we will not censor ourselves for an agenda. We're gonna keep it a buck. It was Rachel Maddow. Go watch it if y'all are interested. It's literally crazy. Also, she was referring to something else in the past where instead they were trying to use more, I guess, political language. So instead of saying gay, they would say like homosexual, and so they changed like a bunch of language. So anybody who had like a last name, like if I was Magdala gay, I would be Magdala homosexual. So they're like, will the plane be gone or will it be Enola homosexual? It's literally stupid. Like,
this is the dumbest shit.
Stupid.
I can't.
And it's, you know what's concerning me? This is starting to feel like the plots of movies that we've watched that were like, metaphors of already, like it's starting to look like Fahrenheit 451. We're burning books, can't talk about certain things, can't mention, like, come on.
It's crazy.
It is.
And I just...
the way we're regressing.
The regression and the policies backed and the root of the policies being like religion or like religion being something. So stupid. I'm like, we won't get into it. It's just like, not everyone is religious, and I'll just leave it at that. And not everyone's even like anti-religious. Like, be religious, but it shouldn't be like in law or policy or fueling that. Even though the right likes to say the left is sensitive and uses their feelings, but the hypocrisy is alive and well.
No, it is, and it's infringing on our amendments. Like, someone, I think a politician was arrested for saying something, and people are like, so we don't have the freedom of speech anymore? Like, what are you talking? We don't have the freedom to not buy Teslas anymore? Like, come on.
Those ugly ass trucks.
Yeah, Cybertrucks are gross. You just wanted to be fancy.
And it's not even fancy. It looks like something from Sarge Army Heroes. Y'all know that video game? That old ass game in the Nintendo 64?
I'm dead.
It's like Lego shit. Stupid. Did you see Gabby's rant about Elon Musk?
Did she say he was knock
get a baby. You get a baby. Knock need. No equilibrium. You won't know if your baby has 10 fingers and 10 toes. Maybe on one arm. Play the piano, I'm sure.
I love her. She did a podcast with Carolyn.
Oh yeah,
it's amazing.
So Carolyn has her own thing now.
Well, she went on Gabby's podcast.
Oh, got it.
But Carolyn does still have her own Patreon.
I gotta go watch that. That'll be.
But
nice.
The Gabby one's good. But on a lighter note, Summer House. Before we get to Summer House, something related to summer, I just wanted to shout out that Ariana Madix officially is gonna come back to Love Island USA as the host.
I didn't think it would need to be something to decide, but glad that's happening.
No, but they gotta, I'm sure, wait to like officially announce until it's closer. But she did like a spread and people and like an interview, very beautiful photo shoot. She has like darker hair. It's like it's truly like a blonde, I think, which is what a lot of blondes are trying to do on TikTok. But looks great. Hope she keeps it for the summer. But she did get an interview, and she said how they'll be going to Fiji soon, and she even said how she was never going to come back to Vanderpump Rules.
Yeah, I saw that clip. She was like, yeah, I just didn't think it would feel right. And it's true.
It is. She was just like, I was never going back.
There was nothing to go back to.
There wasn't.
All those two-faced people.
Yeah, now they're trying to cling to the valley, which that trailer just dropped.
Oh my god, I saw a clip of Stassi reading. Did you see? I sent it to you on TikTok.
Oh, Lala.
No, Stassi came on the first clip of, came to Summer House and read Kyle for shit. And he started crying like a baby. I was like, this is funny. Sorry, maybe it's not connected.
It is, because Summer House, Bravo, Stassi, Vanderpump. Got it.
We got all the way back.
Yeah, that was season 3 of Summer House. I remember she came with Bo, Katie, and Tom, and she was just like, why the fuck are you proposing to Amanda when you cheated on her?
And he's like, I can't. She said something like, in the same sentence, they said cheating and proposal. And I just can't deal. And she's like, so maybe you shouldn't cheat. And he just cries. Like, he's a man baby.
No, he's the worst. And like, there's even one clip. I need it. If it comes up again, I'll send it to you. It was that season. There was something where Lindsay brought up that Kyle potentially cheated again. And he told Amanda. And it's like this kind of like sad, heartbreaking scene where she's like sobbing, crying at the pool. And he's like, I don't think I did this. And I literally haven't flirted with a girl in months. And she's like, we've been together for 3 years. And he's just like,
yeah, that's what I meant. 3 years, not months, years.
She's like, congratulations, you haven't flirted with anyone.
Oh my gosh, it's so awful.
It is. And then he proposed later that season,
and she said yes,
and they're still together.
They look like they hate each other. They don't look very happy.
No, they never do, which is unfortunate. But I'm convinced Amanda's comfortable in being miserable. Which sounds harsh, but I just think it's true.
I mean, I think eventually it might hit the fan, but I think a lot of people stay in relationships for a lot of reasons. It could be like the sense of security. It could be you're a public figure and you don't want to do it. But then again, people would respect you so much if you did. I think in 2025, a woman who's clearly been mistreated getting divorced is gonna get like a lot of people would be happy for her.
The internet would cheer if she decided to divorce Kyle, which is sad to say, but it's just the truth.
Yeah. But well, we could. You want to start with him?
Oh yeah, let's get into the episode.
Summer House, episode 5.
They used to have a theme song.
I
they don't play it
do
anymore.
They have one?
They should. It was good.
You know, this is our time. These are the best days of our lives. Just raise your glasses high. This one's for you tonight. Okay.
Beautiful. Did we sing the original?
Did we?
No. Oh no, like that they played.
Oh, is this the original track? Are we playing a track right now?
Did we comment below? Do you think we played from Spotify or if that was us singing?
For those of you who can't see us, let us know what you think. The way that I'm really annoyed with myself, the way that I cannot pick up on cues.
You'll get there. You're good sometimes.
No, and like people, it's so exhausting taking everything so literally. Like I had a coworker that was like, my 1-year-old is blah, blah, blah. And I was like, really? And she's like, no, Magdala. And I'm like, you said it. I wish I would talk less. Maybe if I wasn't so quick to react, I would catch up.
Maybe.
Hey, be quiet.
It's you're being real.
I am.
You're incapable of being fake, and that's beautiful. That's a wonderful quality.
That's true.
You know?
It's gonna read on my face, or I'm gonna say something.
And you know what? That's why we love you.
Thanks, Brandon. All right.
But yeah, Kyle,
the man, baby Kyle.
He makes up with Paige. Not really to his credit. I feel like Paige kind of carried that because she was just like, oh, like, you know, I don't appreciate how you like didn't respect me enough not to rage text me and like I didn't do this. And he's like, well, I just felt like I was being attacked last night and my business was being attacked and like everything was just like under attack and I was just like attacked and I was just like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, his I get that, like, when you do something, you want people to know why you did it. But I think you should have led with, like, this was stupid, I was being stupid. Instead of ending with, yeah, guys, I overreacted. Like, lead with that, you know, because you did. I wish he would have took a little more accountability.
If
like,
I'm in my 40s at a beach with friends and I'm coming back from a conversation and people are cheering because I'm smiling, and then I have to apologize for letting my emotions get the best of me, throw me in the ocean. Throw me in it.
He's a big ass kid.
I can't.
A big ass kid.
Embarrassing.
And for them to have to be like, good job, Kyle. Kyle, good job. Do you want a juice box?
Oh, do you want a lover boy? Too bad we fucking hate lover boy.
It's gross. We don't buy it.
It tastes like shit.
It's nasty. It's giving me stomach ulcers.
Cut me a check and maybe I'll like it. Kyle, if you want to sponsor the pod?
I'm not drinking your... maybe.
We'll try it. We'll do an honest taste testing.
Yeah, that's that part. I feel like I would never... Unless I tried it first and I was like, I will endorse.
We'll be real.
Yeah. But no, he's just a big kid. I'm glad that they spoke. I'm glad that he did take accountability and acknowledge that he was being a baby. Mm-hmm. I just felt like it took a little too long for him to know that was what was happening.
Yeah, totally. And like, because she even had to just be like, look, like, we're always going to be friends. Like, I'm never going to have an issue. It's just like, I understand why you were upset about certain things. This one, I always quote her, Emily Hanks. She said it right. About Paige. She's like, Paige never needs to be right. She is fine just explaining herself and then resolving it. And then she's not going to hold on to it. And then where you have Kyle, who always needs to be right and have people know or understand where he's coming from.
I see.
And it's just like, Paige doesn't need that because she's confident and comfortable enough in herself to be like, well, this is how I feel and this is what I said and like, it is what it is. We can move on. Yeah. Whereas Kyle's like, but I was just so like attacked and it's just like, you have to understand why I'm sad. Like, I'm human.
Yeah.
I have emotions.
Yeah.
You have a lot of them.
Anyway, we don't care. Somebody said this. They were like, I shouldn't know that you're going to therapy. Like, I should just be able to see the results of the therapy. Like, we shouldn't have to hear you say, like, it's okay, I overreacted, blah, blah. Like, you should know. And maybe not in the moment. You're a human. But shortly thereafter, how long did this take? It's been like 2 days, right?
At least, like, I think it was the night before.
Oh, it was only a day?
Yeah, but even that morning, he was being like,
he
with
was
Amanda.
Bitching in the morning while they were getting dressed. And she was like, I don't understand how you don't understand. So that's why I feel like even throughout the evening, the rest of the evening, he was like, blah, blah. I just want to cry. Also, the crying. Look, men can cry. That's fine. I just feel like his tears are weapons.
They are.
It's like he wants a show. He's like, I'm just.
He wants sympathy. No. He wants Amanda to come and like take care of him. There was one scene last season where like Amanda had said, I want to potentially just take a step back from Loverboy and do my own bikini line. And he was just like, what the fuck? That's terrible. We need you. And he reacted horribly. And then the next day, Sear and Paige kind of tried to talk to him and then they end up like yelling at him because they're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Let your wife do what she wants to do. Like, support her. She always supports you. And then so afterwards, when they were talking to him, he like shows up and he's like crying. And Amanda's like, oh, Kyle, why are you crying? And it's like,
no, he cries a little too often. Yeah, man. You got to do better. Grow up, Kyle.
We'll see. And then his other thing was just like, he was talking about how Craig's
like, not here. I don't give a fuck.
He'll be here next week, but he does confirm.
He's not here now. Shut up.
That Craig was in fact kicked out of his wedding.
Yeah, I get, but there was an article. So are you confirming or did we know? Did you know?
Well, I had heard it did happen, but they like denied it.
So why was he kicked out?
I think what it was is, so they got married at Amanda's parents. Like, they have like a big house and like a big backyard. But I guess they had like bathrooms outside for everyone to use. So not everyone was coming in the house. And I guess he was really drunk and trying to go in the house and like got in a bad argument with someone about it. And then they kicked him out. Unless there was more, I don't know.
And Craig lied about it because that's what he's claiming here.
Yeah, they tried to say he wouldn't fully admit. I think even when he kind of came clean, he was like, I was already leaving. Or one of those when they asked me to leave.
And Kyle's like, no, you weren't. I'm right. You're wrong. You weren't already leaving. Does it matter? Yeah. I get that everyone can't be a Paige. But we should at least know when we're not being a Paige. We should know when we're not letting go and let go. He doesn't support you. He's not on the show. How long has it been? A year? 2 years since all this Loverboy stuff happened?
It happened a few months before filming, I think.
Yeah. I just think he's sitting on things
I mean,
a little too long.
He likes to sulk. But
I'm mad.
I'm upset.
I'm gonna take my ball and go home.
I'm taking all my Loverboy. Good.
Because everything impacts my marriage. Like, oh my gosh, if you don't shut up.
About your fucking marriage and your business, please. You are not special. You are not the first person to get married or like have a business. You could literally throw a rock in a Hamptons and find a basic ass couple that looks like you and Amanda with a business. Stop.
Literally, like you could do. I don't know. It's like the best revenge is your paper. Get your money up and stop bitching on TV.
Let the brand speak for itself.
100%. Brayden, is that not embarrassing?
It's so embarrassing.
He went with another company and I'm going to complain about it. I'll watch What Happens Live and the show and Instagram. What?
That's the other thing. If I ever don't, that's so embarrassing.
So you're upset about this, but you keep talking about it and you're making it a headline. So you're making an embarrassing thing for your business, which really isn't. I don't actually think it's a reflection of him. But since he's making it about his business, now it looks worse.
He makes it like the thing is he's made it so Loverboy like him being on the show promotes it, and like he's made himself the face of the brand. So then when you act like this, like trust me, Kyle, nothing anyone else does affects your business more than you affect your business.
Your mouth and your tears and your little baby actions.
And there you go.
I guess with business, there should be a requirement before you start a business. Here's a class in maturity. Here's a lesson in leadership. Like, we need it. That's why I'm starting to feel like he's a narcissist, because you're not acknowledging your behavior. You're not acknowledging your impact on things, because I guess in your brain, you don't think you have an impact on it. And it's like, you clearly do. It's clearly you. You know?
He has feelings and he's human and his feelings are valid.
I guess. But if you can't acknowledge when you make a mistake, then that's like a clear like sign that you fall into the category of Tom Sandoval, Jax Taylor, and all the other people.
Oh God,
that we don't really like that much.
Don't bring up all their names in one podcast episode.
I hate to only say Tom because there's so many. There's so many narcissists on TV.
But he is a very prevalent one. But congrats, Kyle. We talked about Loverboy for an extended period of time, so you're welcome. Who should we go to next?
Anyone underwhelming. Imrul likes to have sex.
Yeah.
That's great for him.
It was cool learning about how he was married once, and he said before that he was an undocumented immigrant. And then he got married, and like they got married for love, but it didn't work out. And then he realized, it sounded like he realized he didn't want to be with just one person.
Yeah, he doesn't like monogamy.
Yeah, but then he says in one interview, like, you know, I do believe there is like a love, but in the interim, I'm going to do what I want to do. And I'm like, okay, fair. It's just, Imrul likes to fuck. So,
that's great, Imrul.
Amazing.
Love that for you. I do appreciate it though, because I feel like people tend to cheat when it's just like, okay, so you don't like monogamy, like maybe you want to have an open like let's be more open to ideas of having relationships differently. I like that, but other than that, I don't really care. It's
not enough to like sink our teeth into or like really like put like stock in it, or just like, I don't know, invest ourselves. I do think he makes the other guys feel a little insecure. Oh, for sure. Because who was like, I can't see was it Carl? I think somebody was like, I can't see myself doing that. Oh, yeah, like picking up a girl at the bar and bringing them back. Because Imrul brought someone back again. Another person who's not agreeing or signing a waiver to be filmed. 2 nights in a row. Yeah. And to go with Carl reveals that he hasn't had sex in a year, and Lindsay was the last person he had sex with. Yeah. They all acted shocked. I get it. Yeah. Is he really like... Well, him and Lindsay weren't even really having sex when they were together. So I just, I think, yeah.
I think it's a normal reaction if you really like had very deep feelings, but a year later, I'm glad he's like, why haven't I moved on?
Yeah.
Good question. Keep exploring.
Keep exploring. It looks like
Go
next
talk
week
to
we'll
somebody.
see him flirt with someone. I do think too, because one thing like the internet will be like,
Why is Carl acting like he's going through it after the breakup when he's the one who broke up with her?
and it's like, okay, y'all, like
Yeah.
he can mourn the relationship. Like, yeah, he called off the wedding, but it doesn't mean he still didn't care about her.
Didn't mean he hated her and he...
Yeah. And like, it's just like, and of course he's going to have ill feelings toward Lindsay a little bit. She went on a press tour after they broke up, vilifying him and saying she was blindsided, which, you know, he wasn't perfect, but was Lindsay blindsided?
I really want people to start keeping the same energy for men as they do for women. If this was the opposite situation and Carl got someone pregnant and Lindsay hadn't slept with someone in a year, we'd be like, totally valid. It's fine. We get it. You know?
Yeah.
Or even if she was the initiator of the breakup, like think about it from both ways. Like your feelings.
Right.
I get it. That's fine.
Carl should have grace, but then Lindsay, it's fine that she moved on. She was broken up with, and then like, you know, it is what it is.
Just because he initiated it doesn't mean he wasn't upset.
Yeah.
She also said some really foul things about him.
She did.
Oh my gosh.
And look, Carl had his flaws. He was bad at communication. I do think Carl has this underlying anger within himself, but you know, they're both human. They weren't meant to be together. At least he was willing to end it.
Yeah.
Or else they would be
That's
like
true. It takes
married and miserable.
Yeah, it takes a lot of bravery to like end a relationship.
It does.
But people don't register that. You could never fathom. You could never. I hate to bring it back to Tom Sandoval. You could never fathom me cheating. She's like, no, break up. I got
what
divorced.
you did was fathomless.
It is
Fathomless?
Like you can't even fathom it?
You can't even fathom.
No, bitch, did I stutter?
No, I can't fathom it. You watched me get a divorce and you trolled me for it.
You bashed
Asshole.
me for divorcing your friend.
But you're just gonna go cheat on your partner. Cool. And all of a sudden you don't like her. I can't.
We can go to Lindsay. Hers was just kind of Danielle being her biggest op.
Yeah, okay. I do want to talk about this. So Danielle is like, so do y'all live together? She's like, no. And then, like,
what?
She's like, but he put a baby in you. Like, why don't you live with him? And she's like, well, I don't want to move too fast. And she's like, I know I'm pregnant, but I don't want to move too fast. She's like, but he's basically with me all the time. He spends most of the nights at my place. And she made it a point to highlight that. And he's going to come over every day to see the baby and spend the night every day to see. So he lives with you.
Yeah, you know, essentially, they basically live together, and it's just like...
It's unofficial.
It's unofficial
He has a
because it
place to
doesn't
go
have the
home.
commitment, because if it doesn't work out, y'all aren't in the same whatever. My thing's...
That's not making sense.
Look, my thing's this. It's a little unconventional. I understand Danielle asking the questions. Mm-hmm. It's more so the way she's asking the questions.
They don't like...
It's like, you guys aren't together? I just feel like he's getting off scot-free. Like, are you single momming it? It's just like, bitch, he's present. They just don't live together.
Yeah.
And then also... Danielle's that person that's very much like trying to like poke holes and like putting it under the guise of like friendship. Because even in her interview, she's like, non-conventional. I don't think that's very true because like you're already pregnant. Da, 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 da. And it's like, okay, Danielle, yes. Like it's one thing to be like, hey, like, are you good? How are you guys? Like, are you thinking of living together?
Yeah.
Like, what's the plan? I just want to make sure you're okay. Mm-hmm. There's a way to say it without coming off like a hater.
She's hating to hate.
Yes. And
like you just don't like it, so you don't like it.
Yeah. There's just something about Danielle that's just so annoying.
Yeah.
But, you know, it is what it is.
I think her questions were valid, but to carry on and stuff, it's like, all right, give it a rest. They don't live together and she doesn't want to.
Yeah.
And I was like that. I think you might need to go talk to somebody about that, Lindsay. The whole like, if it doesn't work out, then blah blah blah. It's like, okay, so you have an exit strategy, but why? You know, like, it's okay to trust again, but I get why you wouldn't want to. Sounds like she's got some relationship PTSD.
I think Loki, she knows he ain't the one.
Ooh.
But, you know, she got pregnant.
She's like, you gotta come help me with the baby. Yeah.
She's like, fine by me. Lindsay is a very, she's a very, like, militant, very just like, this is what I want and I'm gonna get it. Yeah. Type A type. Yeah. Which is, like, fine. I think, you know, more power to you. You know. Yeah. You know. But, what else happened with her this episode? Not much, right? Oh, we forgot to mention Carl's shoes.
Oh my gosh. He's like, they're, what did he call them? Cloggers?
Clogs. But they were like green, rubbery, almost croc-like, and they were open in the back. Look, I'm all for a bold shoe every now and then.
You don't even have a sports mode? You can't attach it at the back?
No hook on the back, no strap. But it's like, that's the type of shoe you wear, like, during the day, like by the pool, maybe with shorts, not with baggy pants, and it's open in the back.
And you're going to the club?
That makes no sense.
What are those? No, Carl's giving like, yeah, I'm just a dad going out to get some groceries.
I'm trying something fancy with my fashion, guys.
He's like, what do you guys think? And they're like, yeah,
let's
something. Go. The cabs are here. We gotta go. Cabs are here. Cabs are here.
Who else? Jesse and Lexi. The way I want to care about them, but I simply cannot.
Yeah. So he's in the car, or he was in the car last episode telling everybody she's controlling a little bit, but like, you know, it's okay. And they're like, how? They just wanted, he was on an interview. They were like, how? Why?
Give us the details.
And he tells them, and they're like, okay. And then at the beach, I think it was, who pulled him aside? What's his name?
Wes.
Why was I gonna call him Kevin?
He does kind of look like a Kevin.
Wes is like, so like, how's it going, bro? Like, how's it going, dude? Like, how's it going? And then he's like, it's fine. And I'm like, so I don't know. He's not picking a narrative.
No, he's very wishy-washy.
Yes.
And like, then there's that part in the beach where it's like, Lindsay was talking about her boobs getting bigger, and then Sierra and Amanda were talking about their boobs, and Lexi's just like, Jesse was like adding commentary, and Lexi was like, this just makes me insecure because then I told Jesse like I don't have boobs, and like I was often not given jobs because I didn't have the body type, and it's just a point of insecurity. And you know, I tell Jesse like, you can hype up your girlfriends, but like just don't make it seem like you're trying to be in a relationship with them, you know what I mean? And it's just one of those things that I don't know, and like I can be insecure. It's like, okay, girl,
do you think she was saying that to what he said?
I
thought she was just saying it in general. Because I didn't see a connection.
D, all of the above.
I didn't see a connection. Because later on, she mentions it again to him. And I was like, but was he doing that at the beach?
Well, I'm confused too. Because she said, everyone says you're a boob guy. But they don't show anyone ever saying that.
They were just having a conversation about boobs at the beach once.
Yeah, and Jesse's making comments. So maybe she's getting the impression that he likes boobs. So her assumption,
she's insecure about it, which makes sense. Okay, like I hate it too. Like as a woman, you can't do
you're
anything.
So skinny and a beautiful model.
That part though, but like I get what she's saying. You know, not having a flat chest is like, you know, people will troll you for it. As a woman, you can never have it all, and it's just all the beauty standards are exhausting. It's exhausting. Like you're literally so stunning and beautiful, and I think Jesse makes it clear that he likes you.
Yeah,
but
because Jesse makes it seem like she says I can't comment on your pictures and all this.
That's not what I'm glad she clarified.
Yeah, I liked her clarification there. I was just like, that makes sense to me. I'm like, I get that. Hype up your friends, but just like if we're together, don't let it be perceived a certain way.
Yeah.
And she's just getting to know you, so she doesn't know like the harmlessness. And like I'm sure if it works out, she'll understand and it'll be more fine.
Yeah.
But at least I think it's a valid thing to like ask.
Yeah, I think so. Because then she was like, or he was like, I thought I was going to like leave this weekend in a relationship, but now I'm not sure. You're annoying. I don't care anymore.
Right. And then like when they're in the bed and she's just like, everyone's saying you're a boob guy. And he's like, I'm not a boob guy. I'm a butt guy. And yours is great. I'm like, get me out. Get me out. I don't want to see this.
I like that. Like, yo, hype your girl up. Make her feel secure. But even the whole relationship in the bed, he's like, how is it going? And he's like, it's good. She's like, good. It's great. Oh,
be real.
Be honest. Talk to her. She's not holding a gun to your head. It might be like playful banter.
Yeah.
Good. Like she is giving you kind of the floor to say
she's
what
being
you need to
honest
say.
With her insecurities.
Yeah.
So like
say
be
yours.
Honest back.
And he kind of did. He was like the whole commenting and stuff like that, that's hard for me. And he like was speaking up for himself a bit more. Mm-hmm. But it's just like he's like, I'm not gonna embarrass you. And I'm like, I look, you feel like you already did.
You didn't not
embarrass her yet.
And then you laugh with Sierra at the end. Where it's like, oh, she said this about the boobs. And I'm like, Paige has no boobs and I love her. And it's just kind of like mocking it. And it was kind of funny. But then you kind of get the Sierra, like how they kind of have a flirty banter.
Yeah.
And then Sierra's like, I don't like him like that. He's just funny.
Yeah.
I'm like, I get it. But it's just like, I don't know. Now that we kind of are hinted that he's going to be flirty with Sierra and Lexi's going to like it, it's not cool that he's like talking about Lexi to her.
Yeah. Like... you had me at, I'm not gonna embarrass you. I was like, oh, it's already done.
Survey says it's happened.
It's happened, my guy. It's literally giving Sierra and West. Like you're just saying stuff, but you're completely unaware. Okay, so West is like, I want to date. I did spend the night with a girl. Nobody cares. Sierra doesn't care about you. You missed the whole point. Stop embarrassing her. Stop talking about her in the press and not giving her a heads up. Stop telling the press things that you haven't told to her. She doesn't give a fuck who you're fucking. She doesn't care.
Yeah, like maybe don't do it right in front of her in the beginning of summer.
Don't bring a girl home,
but do your own thing, like whatever.
No, it's the fact that he thinks that it's gonna be a problem. It's like, so you haven't listened.
And he wants to play victim so bad. He's like, Sarah ripped me apart this summer in the beginning, and now I'm just scared. And I'm sorry, spare me this whole like,
spare me,
bruh, spare me. Like you're trying to be like, are you saying I'm not being myself because I'm not being honest about my hookups? And Jesse's like, kind of. I'm like, oh my gosh, cry me a roofer. Cry me a roofer. Cry me a river.
No.
Like, my God, boo-hoo.
Nobody
you
cares.
Can't be open and honest so much about who you're sleeping with. God, is there anything else that pertains to your personality and who you are other than that?
Yeah.
You're not Imrul. Like, stop.
I just think he missed the point. Yeah, of course, you're her ex. Of course, it might make her feel away. But if that's the only thing, it's like, man, she just doesn't want me to move on. She just likes me so much.
It's like she's not even talking to you and she's laughing at some of your jokes and like you are funny. Just like be normal and it'll be fine.
It'll be just fine.
I will make a confession. I like his fashion.
Who?
West. Not all of it, but I like the interview look with the bandana and the sweater vest and the ball cap.
I don't remember it. Was it white?
Yeah.
I kind of it wasn't memorable enough.
The internet was kind of dragging him, but I'm like, low-key, I think it's kind of cool.
Are you gonna show me?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull
Please.
it up. Like I didn't think it was bad. It was like different. I appreciate that he kind of like goes for it. And I'm like, I think this is good. Like, of all the things to make fun of him for, his fashion isn't always like the thing.
No, because I promise, like 2 or 3 episodes ago, 2 or 3 episodes ago, he was wearing a cowboy hat with a baggy shirt and jeans, and we were like, "What are you wearing?"
That was bad. But this is his new one.
I don't like it, Brandon. But I'm glad you like it. You can like it. We don't have to like the same things. Yeah, the glasses.
You know,
I'm not a fan. There's a backwards hat and an ascot. Those are two different.
I will say it would be better without the hat.
Yes.
So I'll say that. But I didn't mind
His
it.
glasses are nice though.
They are.
So if we just look at his forehead up, it's nice.
Yes.
Ish.
Kinda.
No, but he's just like being like, you know, I didn't sleep with a girl. Yeah, dude, I totally was with a girl.
It's like, yeah, he's just being like weird about it. It's just like, just be honest.
Nobody
Like,
cares.
this is the thing actually you're doing that's actually the issue. It's not being honest.
Right, not being forthcoming.
Another thing that's going over your head
now,
about the issue.
Let's say something happens and she doesn't know that you were with someone, then it could be a poor reflection of her, or just catch her off guard, make her feel away. But if you were just upfront, like, hey, yeah, I'm seeing someone, not gonna bring them around, but I am seeing someone. You don't have to tell her directly. You could tell the group and she will hear and it will be fine.
Yeah.
But because you're being weird, it's going to make it more weird.
Yeah.
Just stand on something, man. You're so freaking scared.
If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. That being said, he did do an interview where he said that he is a Democrat and he voted for Kamala.
Oh, that's great news.
So that part, you know what, Wes? You get a point.
Half a point. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's fine. You can have a point. Who else?
But I think the last one is Paige.
Oh, meeting with Craig.
Yes, her thing with Craig.
Yeah.
What did you think about it?
I kind of thought she was being annoying.
Oh?
I felt like he was just saying like, hey, I just want to make sure we spend time together. And she's like, but why do you think we don't spend time together? And our lives are just different. He didn't say any of that. He was just like, I just want to make sure we're still prioritizing each other. And it was again like, but why do you think that? And why are you saying like, oh, can you just hear him out for a second? Like, I think what it is maybe she's enjoying the life that she's living, which is fine. And maybe she feels like his comment is holding her back. But I just heard a man say, I just want to make sure we're spending time together. And then she was like, but like, I thought he was just asking to spend time with you, girl.
I could see that. I think
I don't know them though.
she doesn't
So
know
don't
them.
shoot me.
No,
I don't know these
this
people.
is just her opinion.
I've
She's
never
entitled.
met Craig.
She's never seen Craig on TV, so
Yes.
she doesn't know the Craig lore of it and how he's
Oh, fill me in.
a liar.
So he is a liar.
He is.
Okay.
It's a thing in Southern Charm.
He is.
There's a montage. There's this. See, okay, I get what you mean with Paige asking like the whole like, are you sure? But I think what she's getting at is, I know you're saying you're okay, but the way you're asking and the fact that it keeps being brought up, it's clear you're not okay with this. So let's have an open dialogue. Let's be honest. Let's actually talk about it.
Oh, and he's pushing it away, being like, no, it's fine. I just wanted to say. And
Yes.
she's like, no, let's talk about it.
Because Craig kind of lives in a fantasy land, and it's just like she's a lot more realistic. So even though he'll be like, no, it's just like, I hope one day like you can't always pick work, and like one account.
He said that this time?
Yeah, he said it this time.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
It was at the end though,
You can't always pick work?
because an
You
account
can't pick work? What do you mean?
an account pointed this out, that he switched from we to you. He said, if we are going to have a family, you can't always pick work.
Oh, I don't like that.
He did this switch, and I was like,
Oh, I don't
it's
like
like
that.
it's a very nuanced with Craig, because it's like, oh yeah, I'm okay with this, but I do hope, I didn't know I would be in such a submissive relationship, and I didn't know, and I hope one day like you make time for me and our family. And it's just like,
No.
don't worry, y'all, I got Maggie back. I got Maggie back.
No, sir. The
Yes.
fuck? If I want to work, I get to work, and we will balance it out.
Right.
See, I feel like people who are rich will use like, we got it, girl. You don't need to work. She wants to.
She does.
She enjoys it, just like you do. Let
With
her
your
do
pillows.
it.
Yes.
That's crazy.
And then
I didn't even not the nuances. Oh, that's manipulative. We, you, bitch.
bitch.
Crazy.
And then, because what was it? His whole, what else did he say? Because she's like, look, if I wanted to have a baby tomorrow, you would say yes. Like, you would want to do it. And then he says yes. It's ultimately like two people wanting two different things.
Yeah.
But okay, this is what I was going to say. Because he's one of those, he's Camp Blindside. He was like, I was blindsided before the holidays by this breakup. Mind you, we're now seeing this conversation where it's Paige is being very transparent, communicating her feelings and all this. And he's just like, he still doesn't get it or didn't get it at first. Or it's just like, I don't understand. We never had a disagreement. We never did this. Like, I did not see her breaking up with me. And from the preview next week, it looks like it's almost going to get a little worse. So it's kind of like...
You weren't listening. So she initiated the breakup, right? Or no?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
yeah, okay. Well, this is a precursor. I would, if a man didn't support my dreams, my goals, or if we just weren't aligned, okay, you don't support it, and like we both have different views of how our lives will go, bye.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
And I think Paige just saw that. She was just like, it seems like we're not compatible in this way. I'm not trying to hold you back, and I don't want to be held back anymore. So we just need to like separate. And Craig just wasn't paying attention and didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
But
and those relationship talks can be hard to have, but you have to have them.
Yeah.
And I did think that now that you say that, he said something. He says, I want to make sure we can spend time together. And she's like, yes, but like also acknowledge that like I'm working now. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. You know I am. And he's like, but I just want to be in the same city. But I just want to. So now I'm seeing like you're not listening to her.
Yeah.
You're not listening to what she's saying.
You're saying you're okay with it, but then also you're not okay with it.
Both of you are saying two different things.
Yes.
I wish we could be in the same city sometimes. I'm going on tour.
I will not be in one city for an extended amount of time. I will be in multiple cities.
Yeah, and it's actually kind of stupid that he said that. Like, I can't wait for us to be in the same city. Like, almost like loathing that she's going.
Yeah.
Ooh. Thank you, Brandon.
You're welcome.
I'm awake now.
Look, y'all, don't be mad at Maggie if you are. We got her.
I didn't know. I just got here. I don't even go here, honestly.
I don't even go here. I just entered the summer house stratosphere.
Yeah, that's icky. You gotta support your lady.
Yeah, and then next week it seems interesting because him and Kyle are going to have the chat about Loverboy and Spirit Society, and he's like, I told you guys I didn't want to talk about this today.
Craig said that?
Yeah.
Oh.
And Kyle's like, he's crazy, and I'm like, you're both crazy.
Not Kyle calling someone crazy.
I know, right?
You batshit big ass baby. All you do is cry. It's like, and
my business.
And my business.
Sarah.
And I cheated, but like, I'm sorry. Like, oh, you're so annoying.
I can't with him.
It's the white privilege for me. Sorry.
You're not wrong.
Like,
Facts.
white men act so entitled.
They do.
It's exhausting.
White straight men in particular.
On TV with no shame, no embarrassment, no second thought.
You want to see a lot of that? Watch Southern Charm.
No.
Don't actually.
No, just kidding.
Honestly, you shouldn't. It's not that good.
What is Southern Charm? Whenever you've told me before, whenever I hear it, it sounds like a vampire show or like
That's
people
funny.
doing magic.
It's basically it takes place in Charleston, South Carolina. Is that
Yeah.
that? Yeah. Yeah, and it's basically just like this group of friends, and it's just like it's almost like a summer house, but it's like in there.
Oh, okay.
So it's just like their friend groups and like living life in the South. And it's interesting. It used to be good.
Yeah.
There was a season where the girls all banded together and really like dragged the men for filth. That was an amazing season. Craig was dragged. It was when his first breakup with Naomi, and she was vilified too, when really he was a liar and he lied about like the bar and all this and like being a lawyer and like what he was doing throughout his day, but then she was vilified because she made fun of him for wanting to make pillows. You sit home and you sew. What's wrong with my sewing? There's some funny moments with Southern Charm. Southern Charm is good.
My.
But yeah. But yeah, I think that's it for Summer House. And maybe this episode.
Yeah. That's all I got.
With that being said, y'all, thank you so much for listening.
Thank you.
Make sure to rate and review us. Give us 5 stars.
5.
Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. Just 5. 5. We want 5. 5. On Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Apple Podcasts, you can leave us a review. We love those. We shout those out.
Yes.
We love them. Spotify, you can leave comments on the videos. Those are fun too. If you want to see our beautiful faces instead of just listening to our beautiful voices, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel at the Shade of All Podcast. Maggie and I are low-key kind of matching a little bit. We got some blue going on.
They can't see it.
They can't see my shorts, but there's a little blue on my shirt. And then you got blue. It's complimentary.
We look cute today. Come look at our faces.
Look at us. You can also follow us on TikTok at the Shade of It All Podcast. We always post clips. Also on Instagram at the Shade of It All Pod. And we'll talk to y'all next time. Bye.
Bye.